Legacy. When we hear the word legacy, what comes to mind? Most of the time we think of, listen, did I get some money back from the person that passed away? Did I get a house, right? What did they leave me? Legacy really means what has been left behind, what's been passed down, what really has the ability to be long-lasting. Hi, I'm Deshawn Antoinette Booker, and I am blessed to say that I am the founder and the CEO of Maximizing Your Magnificence. And when God gave me this awesome opportunity to be able to deposit into the lives of people and allowing them to see that their magnificence is already within them, wow, I was blown away. But you know what God does? He doesn't always reveal to you everything in just that instant because we're not ready yet. And so I always knew that I was going to work with my brothers, Jermaine and Jamar Ferguson. I knew that they were going to be the executive team of Maximizing Your Magnificence. I knew that. That part I got. I was clear, and I said, yeah, I like that. Well, we have had to experience the death of my mother, Joyce Ferguson. My mother was a brilliant woman. Hey, no one's perfect. She was brilliant, and she was our mother. And on November 13th in 2015, she transitioned and became our angels. A beautiful thing, a beautiful thing. Yet as I began to think and contemplate, could I continue to do this work that God gave me alone? And I answered, no. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And so God, being the gentleman that He is, He waited for me. He knew that I would not hear everything until I was simply available to surrender. And so as I began to go in my head about my brothers being my executive team, and we're going to go out and we're going to do this thing with Maximizing Your Magnificence, they were going to uphold their sister, and we were going to have this phenomenal dynamic team to serve others. Well, God knew that I was ready to receive what He wanted to deposit into my very spirit. And that was the Legacy Project, J.C. Ferg. And that stands for my mother, Joyce Carol Ferguson. And so I am so excited to offer you the revealing of what exactly is the Legacy Project, J.C. Ferg. You remember when we were in elementary school, and then we used to call it junior high or middle school, and we were taught how to write in cursive. We were taught this thing called handwriting, and oh, you couldn't wait to create your signature. It was going to be fancy because no one else should have your signature. I remember growing up that I always wanted to mimic my mother's signature. It was so sweet, so fancy, and I would always imitate how she would write her name, her signature. Well, a signature is more than just your handwriting. It's the imprint that you leave behind. And my mother's signature of life that she has imprinted upon Jermaine and Jamar and myself, her children, has been her 5 principles of living. Number 1, my mother strongly believed in education. Number 2, she strongly supported being forgiving and always loving unconditionally. My mother was a resilient woman. She knew how to bounce back. And yet, we sometimes didn't get that. Then, my mother's last pearl of wisdom, her last piece to her signature was to live life to the fullest. And so, with that, I am so excited to share with you a new platform in which my brothers and I will begin to create a universal creative dialogue and conversation through the Legacy Project J.C. Ferg. We will use the speaking platform. We would incorporate sports, the fashion and design industry, and the arts to allow my mother's legacy of teaching others to get their education, to arise and rise above feeling stuck, to be in resiliency. We will continue to teach a forgiving heart, generosity, unconditional love, and how to live your life to the fullest. Because that was J.C. Ferg's signature. Hello, 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 hello. Yes. Whoo, watching that is so powerful for me. I am Deshawn Antoinette Booker, your maximizing coach, and welcome to the launching of the Legacy Project J.C. Ferg. Watching that video brings so much passion and love and energy for me and inspiration and motivation because our mom was all of those things as said in the introduction. And so welcome. I want to welcome you. If you don't know who I am, if you don't follow me, listen, I am, as I said, Deshawn Antoinette Booker, and I'm just a girl at heart. And I am just a girl that God chose to utilize his voice and message through the things that he's called me to do. And one of them is maximizing your magnificence. And so maximizing your magnificence is I'm not going to say I'm just a shepherd over it. It is the company in which I shepherd, and I actually hold a space for powerhouse women in transforming their lives. With their 3 eyes, they are able to live intentionally, live and work from a place of integrity so they can maximize and manifest increase in both their life and their personal and professional worlds. And so within that, I was also given by God the concept, as you saw, of the Legacy Project, where my brothers and I, who you're going to meet in just a moment, are actually honoring our mother's legacy through her love, her life lessons, and her laughter. So listen, hop on board, get somebody to come over with you and say, they don't want to miss this. These are these healing conversations. And we are so excited to have you here with us and to have you share with us these exciting journey that we're going to go through on what we call our healing conversations. That's all we're doing. And we thank you for allowing us to be here with you today. And if you're watching the replay, thank you. And just go ahead and put hashtag replay so that we know you're watching it afterwards. We still want to be able to connect with you. I'm going to introduce my brother, Jermaine. Now, I'm the oldest, okay? But they think they're the oldest too. Jermaine always thought he was older than me, and still today he does. And that's okay. Let me tell a little bit about my brother Jermaine before I bring him to the stage, honey. Jermaine always knew in his heart and in his mind that he was older than he actually was, okay? So just a story about him. We lived close to the park, and Jermaine was very popular and still is popular today. And he was even popular with the older gentlemen around the neighborhood. Now, I'm saying gentlemen, but there were those guys that, they kind of dibbled and dabbled in some things that, they probably shouldn't have, but they were cool. They protected the environment or the neighborhood, right? So Jermaine wanted to hang out with them. Like he was one of the, big boys. And I heard that he was around the corner up at the park. So what did I do? Deshawn has always been Deshawn. I've always been maximizing something, even if it meant that I was going to go and just jump right in somebody else's business. I marched my little self up to the park. My parents weren't home. And so I went up to the park and I saw Jermaine hanging out, laughing, having a good old time, right? He was just, they were cool with Jay, he was, popular amongst all the people, he played in the sports. So they knew him as the young boy who played, baseball. He was really good. So, he was in with the gangbangers. That's who they were. So he's up there hanging out. I march up there like I do, like the sister that I am. And I have my hands folded. And I said, Jermaine, you need to come home right now. They started laughing. They could not believe I was doing that. But guess what? Jermaine came on home. I said, I'm telling mama, I'm telling daddy that you were up here hanging out. He probably had to do some chores that he wasn't doing. So I was making sure that he did what he needed to do. Nonetheless, he has grown up to be such a phenomenal man, phenomenal father, phenomenal husband, phenomenal little big brother to me. He's a phenomenal just he's amazing. He's that guy that he's cool, debonair, but you know what? He's always checking out the scene. So with no further ado, let's bring to the platform, to the stage, to the room, to the conversation, honey, my brother, Mr. Jermaine Ferguson, JC Ferg.
What up, what up, what up, what up, everybody? How you guys doing today? Good afternoon. Thank you, sister, for that intro. And you guys, that's the true story that I'm going to live with. My name is Jermaine Ferguson, but please call me J Ferg. I want to shout out to my mom, happy birthday. And also a shout out to my auntie Johnny, it's her birthday. I want you guys to kick back, enjoy the show, get you some popcorn, snacks, your choice of beverage, whether it's water, Gatorade, wine, you might have a little shot. Hey, whatever you want to do. Enjoy the show, and thank you.
Yeah, Jermaine, how did you feel when I came to the park and got you? How did you feel?
Oh, very embarrassed. Very embarrassed.
Did you forgive me for doing that?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Because it could have got, something could have happened, you know, so you were just you was protecting me. Because I was always like 4, 5, 6, 7 years younger than everybody.
Yeah.
But they taught me a lot too. They taught me how to be tough, and that's why I was so good in baseball, basketball, and football, because I played against older guys.
That's right. Yes, you did. Well, there is another portion to this dynamic here. Our little baby brother, Jamar Ferguson. So listen, Jamar came onto the scene, right? We didn't know what was happening, right, Jermaine? We like, wait a second, mama having another, so what's happening here? Oh my goodness, she was so into this little boy, her Bunky boy. I literally took Jamar as my own. Like, Jamar, you my child, right? And listen, Jermaine, okay, when Jamar was born, Jermaine, what did you say you was never gonna do again?
I made a promise to my parents that I'm never going outside again. I'm gonna watch my brother as soon as I get home from school on the weekend. After 1 week, I was back at the park playing with my friends.
It was so funny. Jermaine did for a couple of days lay at the crib, of the baby crib and watch over Jamar. And he said, I'm never going outside again. Like, never. I was like, Jermaine, never, no. As soon as his friends came around to the house on them bicycles, he was gone. I said, well, wait a minute. What happened to little, we call him Bunky boy, right? So Jamar is so much like our mother. He has her laid back, Jermaine is laid back too, but like our dad. But Jamar has that. He's the guy that's the trendsetter. He's right. He's always hopping on the plane. He's over in this country. He's in that country. He's at this brunch. He's hanging out here with the elites and this and that. He really has that, that behavior and that attitude of life is here to serve me. But he's very shy and very quiet too. But he's smart, intelligent. I am so proud of him, my little big brother, and he's just sweet as he can be and calm and cool and collective and very talented. Let's, with no further ado, right, bring to the stage, to the platform, to the conversation, honey, Mr. Jamar Ferguson.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Wow, that was a great intro. Thank you for that. That story when I was born, when Jermaine would say, I'm never going outside, to be with my friends. I'm going to stay right by his crib. And then few days later, he's out there just playing. I tell that story to everybody, and everybody just cracks up. Hey, everybody, how you doing? I'm Jamar Ferguson. So happy to be here, and so happy you guys tuned in. Happy birthday to my mom today.
Yes, happy
May
birthday,
15th is a wonderful day to, celebrate life. And of course, Jermaine, like her auntie Johnny, her birthday, happy birthday to Auntie Johnny.
Yes.
But other than that, this is so cool and so great to be here. I'm so happy and excited at the same time. Let's get it going, y'all. Let's do
get going, right? Listen.
Yeah.
So we're gonna jump right in, right? But the Legacy Project, I need to talk about it just for a second. It isn't new, everybody. Like, we didn't come up with this because of COVID. We didn't know what to do, right? In 2016, our mom passed in 2015. We're going to talk about her legacy and dive deep into several stories, not all of them today, because, we got to, have you on this journey with us. But in 2016, God gave me the vision of the Legacy Project. And he said, it's with your brothers. And he gave me a bigger vision, right, of what that looks like to carry that through. So I told them about it. And they were like, okay, Deshaun, when Deshaun talks, okay, this is what we're doing. This is where we are.
Uh-huh.
And so we did our photo shoot and we talked about it and, what gifts we were going to bring from our own skill set. So that was 2016. And we were going to launch it in workshop forms, right, brothers? We were going to do that in our workshops. And so I had a few proposals that were out there and people wanted us to come and do the talks. And then as things happen, they don't. Okay. And so I said, okay, well, let me see what's happening. And I always get very upset and, I take things personally and, I shut down like, well, what am I to do? And God, you gave me this. I know you gave this to us. And here it is, 2021. Right. And so God just spoke to me very easily and, like he does, but very gently, but very, much, very impactful, and said, Deshaun, it's time. You're going to use it. We've been talking about a podcast. And so God said, you're going to start it on your mother's birthday. What a great way to celebrate the launching of the platform of the Legacy Project on Mom's birthday, right? Today. And so I let my brothers know. They were like, yeah, we got it. Let's go for it. We talked about it. Of course, we rehearsed, because that's just what we do. And so I just want to say to everyone listening, if you have some type of goal, dream, and it seems like it's not happening for you, time. Delay doesn't mean no. Delay means that you're in a season where you're in preparation. And just know that God is faithful over everything he's called us to do. And in the right timing, at the right place, he will bring it to fruition. It will manifest. So I just want to say that to let everyone know that this isn't something that, we just started. It actually was birthed. We launched it at the launching of Maximizing Your Magnificence, right, brothers? We're going to show some clips of that as we move forward. So it was already, presented to the people in 2016. So we are so excited today to be able to launch this here with everyone listening. Today, we're talking about our mother's legacy. We're talking about a few things, but one of the things that I really want to talk about is that today I want to talk to you about the healthy mindset during a life chaos, right? May is Mental Awareness Month. So this is really cool that we can come in and talk about this, around May, and what does it look like for your mental awareness and how are you healthy in your mental environment? I call them environments. And so we're really curving our conversation around that today. I want to talk about COVID just a little bit because everyone experienced it. It was global. It still is global. It's a global pandemic. When that happened, mental environments for all of us were attacked. It was an interruption. How do we continue? How do we move forward? Then people lost their loved ones. We've lost loved ones prior, during, and of course after. How do you continue to keep a healthy mindset during life's chaos? When we lost our mother, and we're a very close family, it interrupted everything for us individually, as a unit. Some things we talked about, some things we're going to talk about, for the first time or moving forward. And how do we really allow our mental mindset to stay healthy in the middle of that? So we're going to talk about some of that today. We're going to talk about, those things and those questions and how we show up for ourselves and still allow yourself to be grateful. Right, brothers? We're going to really look at what that looks like for us. So today we're talking about that mental, mindset. And it again, in COVID, what happened? We saw that the pandemic happened, but then we had the civil rights movements because of the racial injustices and all the lives that were taken as a result of, police brutality and injustices, things that we're still going through. We're still going through those things.
Mm-hmm.
And so, right. And so we just want you to know that we're not just talking about, we are the loss of a loved one, but the loss of anything. when you lose a job, when you lose a pet, when you lose a relationship, when you lose your dreams? How do you recover? That's important. And it's real. And so we don't take this platform lightly, do we, brothers?
Not at
No,
all.
not at all.
Not at all, right? And
No.
so our hearts are here. We're surrendered to what God is going to do in and through us and where we're going. So get on board, like Jermaine said, get your snacks, get what you need. It's a conversation. If you want to give us feedback, you can. We're so excited to have you here as we move into where we're going right now. That first question is about our mom. What was the life principle that mom taught us? Right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Jermaine, you want to go first, or Jamar? Who wants to share first?
First.
Go ahead.
Wow. My mother taught us a lot. You know, she taught us how to be respectful, you know, stay educated, you know, be kind to others, treat others the way you want to be treated. And she was always wanted you to enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. And she would always wanted us to have fun. We never missed a holiday. Never missed a holiday without barbecuing or anything.
Yeah.
But one thing that I can say is my mom taught me how to be a gentleman. A gentleman in all aspects of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
Jermaine, you got a story about that? You know, how did she teach you to be a gentleman? You know, what's the nugget, honey, that you about to drop on us?
Well, I got plenty of stories, but one that comes to mind is me and some of my friends was at a hangout, a gathering, and there was a lot of people there, and my crew, we got into a little argument with another crew.
Wait, Jermaine, you had a crew?
Yeah.
Like a dance crew, like I was ballet, like dancing?
No, I had a camp. I had a camp, my own camp. My own camp. So anyway, you know, everybody's having a good time, but one of my friends got into it with somebody else, and I could have also got into it also. But what I did was try to de-escalate the situation. I wasn't the only one. There was a couple more people that was helping out. But the only reason why I'm glad to this day that I did that, because somebody could have got hurt, shot, somebody could have went to jail. So with that being said, I was so proud of myself when I reflected on it, is that, you know, what my mom instilled in me, boy, don't you go out there and get yourself in no trouble. These people ain't playing with you. And I was glad I was able to help de-escalate the situation, because it could have got real serious. And I felt like, you know, that was one of my gentleman moments.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Jermaine, they listened to you?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, it was more than one person that helped out, but you know.
Yeah. But you took that leadership. You heard mom. Tell them there's something else. Now, you told us before some time ago about the pager, and when you go somewhere, what mom would do.
Yeah. You know, she was
I'm
always
putting
in contact with us somehow, some way.
That's fine. And you know, I can be at a function anywhere. My mom would page me all night. So I finally called her. Where you at, boy? Where you at? Get your butt home. Get your butt home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she paged me throughout the whole night.
I love it. Yeah. Mom didn't play with her kids, right? She did not play. She didn't care how old we were, right? Call me when you get home. You know, all the whole thing. Yeah. That's a good takeaway, Jermaine. Yeah.
And one more thing. She will embarrass you in a minute.
Oh,
in a minute.
Oh yeah, right? She'll let you know in a minute. That don't look right. Where you going? What you think you're doing? You know, we may have to say something about that before we end this show today. Yeah, because those were some funny moments. Oh my goodness, Jamar. Yeah. And listen, you all, I'm gonna always call them Jermaine, Jamar. So you know they know who I'm talking to when I mix it all up. You know, because they got these J names.
Sometimes you'll be saying Jermaine and I'll answer, or you'll say Jamar and Jermaine will answer.
Right. I'm like, no, the other one, the other J. Jamar, what was one of your, principles that mom taught you?
Well, piggybacking off what Jermaine said, of course, like being a gentleman, she had to raise two boys as well as a girl, a female like you. But always like being a gentleman to every aspect of your life. But for me, two things that stick out to me is showing compassion and being respectable. being compassionate towards somebody and also being respectful towards somebody because you don't know what's going on in their life. A particular story that comes to mind was when I was leaving work. This is like in my early 20s. So I was leaving work, coming home from one of my retail jobs. You know, I closed, so we got out at 9 o'clock. So I probably showed at home between like 9:30, 10 o'clock. And right before we pulled into the block, I pulled into the block, there was an older lady standing by her car with her, hood up and like, flagging me down. And at first, I was like, who? I don't know this lady. I know she's an older lady, but I don't know this person. So should I keep going or should I stop to see what's going on and this and a third? So something in my mind, something in the back of my head said, stop and see what's going on with this lady. She needs your help somehow, some way, and you'll be safe. Everything will be fine. So I remember getting out, talking to her. She said, my car broke down. Can you please call AAA for me? As I'm like talking to her, I'm in the back of my mind like, oh, she might have me, set up, may have somebody else come and knock me across the head and take me away. That's a story, that's what mom was, saying. She's like, you got to be careful with people because they'll be all nice in your face, but they'll knock you inside your head and take your wallet. But I felt comfortable and I called AAA for this lady and I stood there with her, and she was a nurse at a hospital not too far from where we live. And I was very grateful and thankful and happy I was there to be with her and help her, just give her a helping hand. I didn't lose any money. I didn't lose any time. What I did gain from it was just a nice conversation from someone in need of help. And that's, one of the greatest things that mom put into me is being there for people, being compassionate and, just giving a hand out to help. And after that, I went home and I had a really good night's rest, just knowing that I helped somebody out. So,
all right.
Yeah, that's one of the principles that mom taught me.
That's right. I love it. Love it. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's powerful. I'm going to jump right in. One of the principles that I want to share today that mom taught me is to nurture your gifts. And she was such a big part of, like I didn't just show up this way. I've always been an extrovert. I've always been, into the arts and very expressive and, artistic and dramatic, as people call it, but it's not dramatic for everybody. Hello. Listen, let me just say this for a minute. Those of us who are artists, actors, we don't like when people say you're dramatic. We're not, we don't hate our light, our shine. So mama let me have my shine, right? Like, and I don't just mean that she let me have it. She drove me around to every audition. Even when I didn't know. And Jermaine, I know he about to, we're going to talk about the Lakers in a minute. Yeah. Jermaine,
tell that story.
Jermaine, you want to tell us? Go on, Jermaine. This is not about mom, but what, Jermaine? What you want to say about me and my Laker girls experience? Go ahead.
Okay, you guys. This is another this is facts. This is a true story. My sister was going to audition for the Laker girls. So she had left, let's say at 2:00. I got in the bath took a shower at 2:10. She was back at the house at 2:20.
That's not true, everybody.
So obviously, after she signed up, they sent her home.
That is not true.
20 minutes. Audience, 20 minutes. She was back at home, throwing her backpack around, or slamming door.
Jermaine,
you said you made it to the third or fourth.
Jamar, I made it to the third round at the forum. Jermaine thinks he's a comedian and he tells everybody that story, and it's not true. First of all, you got to drive to the forum. It took me longer to get there. And I made it to the third round. Okay. I was doing my little thing. I was like, okay, I was gonna be a Laker girl. And I did my best. And Jermaine loved to say I came back in that short amount of time.
Tops 30 minutes, tops.
I was there, Jamar, sweating. Okay, I remember they were like, when they call your little number, I went to the second round. Then I went to the next. Then they was like, okay, no more for you. You got. No. I didn't have enough weave in my hair. I think I need to, all the girls were swinging their hair around, But anyway, and Mama supported me too. But I remember, I love that story, Jermaine. I remember Mom taking me to all of these auditions where I was going out to be a dancer. And I couldn't really be, I don't think that was my little niche at the time, right? Although I went to dance school and mom paid for that, and I went to acting school, but I was like, I would look for the auditions. It was called Backstage at the time. It was a newspaper. Y'all don't know. Those are the listening, right? And so we got a lot of comments. I got to read the comments. And so,
Yeah, the comment, yeah.
yeah. And so mom would take me to these, dancing auditions. And you guys, I was really a flop. Like, I don't know what I was up there doing. That just wasn't my gig, as we say, right? That wasn't, but I was trying. And mom was like, you go, girl. You doing good, Deshaun. That's okay. Next time. And so she just nurtured, right? She was like, that's okay. Next time. And she never said, don't do it. Don't think about it. She was always like, that's okay. You got it. You doing good. And if we got to drive you around, we just going to keep driving you around. And so, that's a principle that she's taught me. And so when we talk about the principles that she's taught us, how have you, brothers, implemented that principle into your life? You said a little bit, but today as an adult, how have you showed up, that principle showed up for you?
I'll take this one. This one, like going back to showing compassion and being respectable. Just when, we're nowadays, we're always quick to just like walk past somebody and not acknowledge them, or walk past somebody and, look at them up and down and quick to judge them. But now, to this day, it's like, if someone comes to me and they may have something on their mind, you can tell when someone has things on their mind, sit down, look them into the eyes, and show that you're caring. So that's really the compassion and like being open too, sometimes you be closed off and, like I'll listen to you, but no, you have to be open. And so the person could, spill out whatever's going on. It could be good. It could be bad. So it's like always having that open heart, open arms, open ears and eyes to just listen to somebody. Yeah. And it's like so much positive things that come out from that. So like, even to this day, even if you're walking down the street, walking the dog, you may come across somebody, just show compassion, even with you saying, hey, how's it going today? And that's it. Keep it real short and simple. Hey, how's it doing today? How's it going today? Hope you have a great rest of your day, and keep going.
Yeah. Good stuff, brother.
Oh, thank you.
Jermaine, how's it show up for you, brother?
Well, it shows up for me how I carry myself in day-to-day life issues, showing respect for each other, staying humble, respectful, like Jamar said, speak to people, say hi, hey, how you doing? Everything all right with you? And you also nowadays, you have to listen. You have to listen to people, because you can get something out of that conversation and take it on and carry on. You can share that with somebody else, and now you done made somebody else happy.
Yeah.
I try to open my life by being a good father, a good husband, and treat, show the kids and show my family how to respect people like you would want to be respected.
That's right.
Talk to people how you want to be talked to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need a lot of that.
It's basically, how you carry yourself on a day-to-day life issue.
Yeah.
And especially now to this day when, we have been like, cooped up in the house and things of that nature. So now we need that kind of, human connection in a sense, Like
Jermaine said he's not doing Jermaine said he's not doing no more human connection. Jermaine said he's not doing nothing. Jermaine,
we still gotta drive by Jermaine and be like, hey, ain't no hanging out like that.
It's called that COVID stuff had me shook.
Jermaine came to the door with the mask on, like.
Okay.
Right,
hitting him with the Heisman.
He shut the whole holidays down, Mark. Didn't he shut the whole holidays down?
We were sure, Deshaun, we were trying, but it was like, all right, well, you got to be healthy. You got to stay, stay healthy. So yeah.
That was it was a smart thing to do. To be honest, smart thing to do, because you don't know who I'm around. If I'm outside, I don't know who. And then we come together, and then something happens, and it's all bad.
Yeah.
But I think that was the best thing to do. But now it's coming back to being a little bit better.
Yeah,
we're still a small gathering. Just us. Kids, wives, all that. That's it.
Okay.
But still sit 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
Still 6 feet apart.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Right. Okay, Jamar. Look. Well, listen. Before I go into, I'll go into my has an implement for me. Then I want to share what I'm hearing over here. So we got some feedback, which is good. I show up, in the nurturing, and mom nurtured, taught me to nurture my gift, and doing that for other people, right? As a teacher, as a coach, just naturally, I'm always nurturing people to, go after their dreams, even if they don't even think it is a dream. I'm like, I heard something, what you just said,
Yeah.
So of course, on the platform that I have through, the business, ministry of maximizing your magnificence, it's about really. Listen, you all know, Jermaine, you remember I used to make my friends come and play school in the garage. You remember that? I used to call everybody. I used to make everybody play because I was like, I'm the teacher. Listen to me. You're going to be better. Even if it's Saturday, you're going to play school with Deshaun in the garage. So I always wanted people to reach their highest potential. It was just in my DNA. And so as mom and dad, because they both have nurtured us, right? And what we're doing, I still just see that I do that. So, and I get so passionate about it. I love doing my reels and my TikToks with my niece, with Jalen, Jermaine's daughter, okay, that's a whole nother thing. Cause she was like checking me. I'm like, you can't check me. I'm checking. She's like, Auntie, get it together. But I love to see her light up like that, and Jahari light up like that, and that's their gifting. They're very, they're great, brilliant at expressing themselves and creating stories. And so it's really about nurturing. And I love being able to do that. Let's jump into some of these comments. So we have Cynthia Pope, who's joined us, Jewel Nelson,
Cynthia.
Joyce Lynn, Cavell, our cousin Cavell.
Hey.
Yes. So let's see. So they said, I love your set, your background, beautiful. Cynthia said, hey, J Ferg.
What up, Cynthia?
Joycelyn said, this is wonderful.
Hey, Joycelyn.
Savannah Blaze says, this is great. Thank you for joining us, everyone.
Savannah, yay.
Okay, she's in the house. She's in the building. Joycelyn says, happy birthday, Miss Joyce Ferguson. We love Joyce, and Joycelyn is our sister. We love our Joycey, Joycey. Yes. Thank you, Cynthia. Love my Cynthia. She said, Jamar A. Ferguson. Someone is from SMA. They said, great show, SMA. One of my St. Mary girls, sisters. Jewel says, so good. Great principles. Love the healing and seeing the brothers. I love seeing you all. Cavell says, love you guys. We love you too, Cavell.
We love you too, Cavell.
So listen, we're going to bring Cavell on. As you all know why we got to bring Cavell and his sisters on. They lost their mom, our auntie. So we have so much in store, right? We have so much in store for everyone. Cynthia said, I feel you, Jermaine. Some of you said, Jermaine. She said she feel you. Okay. So listen, let's get back. This is what we want, the dialogue, the conversation, right? Yeah. Listen, my brothers, I'm not going to cry yet. My brothers are like my best friends. And we go through, but these two really are my pillars of strength. And I'm so excited that we have the platform that we like each other. Because some folks don't like their brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we ain't perfect, right? To use my best English, we ain't perfect, but we love each other. And we just grew up that way. We didn't have no choice. Yeah. Right? We didn't have no choice, right, Jamal?
We didn't have no choice.
We didn't have no choice. So, let's move into our next question. Coping versus healing. We're talking about the mental environment, the mental health care, right? And we lost our mom. Again, we're going to hear more about that. We're going to dive deep, right? There's a difference from coping to healing. And a lot of times when we lose, loved ones, we're coping, but we're not in the healing stages. Let's have some conversation around that, brothers. What does that look like? Who wants to go first, right? What does it look like when we're talking about coping versus healing? What is coping to you versus healing?
Coping is what you have to, it's day to day. What you still have to maintain what you're going through. You want to stay stress-free. And also when you're coping, you still have responsibilities to take care of. You got to still put on your big girl boots, big boy boots, and still go out there and make it happen. You're coping, you're kind of down and out, but you still got to make it happen, whether it's going to work, going to the grocery store, going to pay your bills, whatever it is, going to see a family member, going to anything you have to do, you still have to maintain a level of responsibility when you're coping. Now, versus healing is a little different because a lot of us heal differently. You know, you got the ones that'll cry right in front of you, but you got some that's staying strong. They get home and they let it out. But healing is a lot. You know, you want to stay around family and friends, talk to them, try to have as much laughter as you can.
That's good.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's good
Also,
stuff.
and if you're dealing with healing and it's not working for you, you might want to go get some help. Talk to a therapist.
Yeah.
But coping versus healing is totally different. But the healing process takes some time. You know, you can heal in 1 week, 2 weeks. It might take you a year, 2 years.
Yeah.
Healing is a different process, and you don't want to knock the way somebody heals. You want to support. You want to support them.
Mm-hmm.
You want to support them.
Oh, that's good stuff right there. Oh, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna piggyback on that. Mar, what you got? What you got for the people?
Oh yeah, Jermaine, you hit some great points on that one.
Yeah.
Coping for me, like when I was coping with mom's death, I was trying to figure out what to do, where, you know, I had to get away. So going back to what you said before, like, you know, me going out, taking my trips and all that stuff. A year after mom passed, I had to get away. I had to go to a whole nother continent, you know, and I had to get away and just like, you know, release those emotions on my trip abroad.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's one way I'm able to cope with someone like, you know, with death, is to get away and, like what mom always said, enjoy yourself. Don't let, you know, whatever bad happened keep you down. You gotta still keep moving. You still gotta, what Jermaine, like you said, keep going to work, keep paying your bills. There's nothing that should stop you, but everyone has a different coping mechanism. But mine is like to, you know, go away somewhere and take some time off. Now, healing, that's another thing. Like my healing process that helped me become stronger was having conversations with people, friends, family, strangers, you know, speaking of our mom's death, you know, speaking of it and how it made me feel and how I'm getting through it. So like, just like having small talk conversations with my friends and family, that helped me heal each day, each week, each month, each year, you know, and it's still a healing process. But I just found that speaking to someone, whether like it's a friend or family or even a stranger, it definitely helped me heal with the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's real cool to hear you both talk about your experience, because I don't know if we really ever talked about it to each other. And my whole thing was I was a mess, and I may not have talked about it like that to anybody, but I was a mess. Like I was on complete shutdown mode, but I acted like I wasn't. So I was coping the way that I thought other people wanted or expected me to behave. So I still was doing, I kept doing things like my video messages and my business, you know, and maximizing your magnificence, because you're the maximizing your magnificence coach. And so I was trying to cope in a way that people I thought expected me to be. But really,
That's
yeah, it's draining, Jamar. I was so drained that I literally was just over here watching all type of reality TV show. Like that's all I was doing. I'm not playing. I watched every reality TV show, every housewife, every love and hip hop, every whatever it was. I would just sit and just watch it. But you know what? And I was coping. And then I thought I was like getting away and just being in the zone, dead zone. Then guys started talking to me through the reality TV shows. Like I was looking at them women going, I know she don't have her own boutique, and I know she don't have her own. I need to get up and do something. What am I doing? You know, I really, and then they started talking. One of the girls, the women, she was on maybe Basketball Wives or Love and Hip Hop. It don't matter. One of them had lost their mother, and she started talking about it on the show. I was like, okay, God, really? Like, I thought I was going to, this was like supposed to be my, you know, not thinking about anything. And I started getting some healing from that. Now, that was just a little bit. For me, my healing is still happening. Like this platform is helping me. Like this is a platform that's helping my healing.
Same here.
Right. Okay. And that's what we want to be able to give other people. I remember I didn't want to pray no more. I stopped praying. And I mean, who's not mad at God when they lose a loved one? Right. Put that in the chat. Come on, somebody let me know. Right. Like you mad at God. Like, God, really, this is what you want me to like deal with? This not cool, you know? And so I didn't like that. And I remember I tried to pray one time and God said to me, don't give me that. He sure did.
Okay.
He sure did. He said, I said, "Oh, thank you," because I ain't even ready to talk to you. I was trying to cope, right? He said, no, don't give me that because your heart not for real. You know, you're not in the right place. And so when I was ready, then I was ready. And the healing came with me just having to re-identify myself because mom was a big part of who I was. Her encouraging, her standing by me. I'm her only daughter. I'm the firstborn. You know, we fought, but that's what you do. But we was cool. Like that was my, that's my mom. Like, mom, we got this. And so I wasn't cool. I wasn't like, oh, okay, I can. I didn't have that strength that some people have. I broke all the way down. And I'm still moving through that healing. But what I had to do was realize it and accept it. That was a healing for me, to accept it, to say, okay, this is how you feel. Don't ignore it. Now that you know that this is what you feel, what's the positive? Take your time, though, Deshaun. Take your time and be real with it. But like Jermaine said, an excellent point. I want to go back to this. People heal differently. And sometimes people attack you or they make you feel, awkward, or you still, and then they want to compare how they dealt with when they lost somebody. It's like, no,
it's not the same.
It's not the same. I don't know what you had over there with whomever, and that's cool. But this is me. If I want to talk about my mama every single day, todos los dias, that's what I'm going to do. If I want to cry every day, todos los dias, that's what I'm going to do. But some people, don't honor that, Jermaine. And I had some people that I had to remove myself from, so that coping is not always the best. Coping is when I think coping is putting a Band-Aid on it. On an open wound, right? And so we need to let that heal. In whichever way you do that. And sometimes it's like Jermaine said, it takes time for different people to heal in their own different way. And I'm grateful to this platform that we're doing and, the Legacy Project, JC Ferg, because it's healing for me. And our goal, as we've always said, is to help extend the conversation, right? Beyond our experience and what that looks like. And we got some great stuff for y'all coming. We loaded. We're not done.
We sure do.
We just getting started.
I'm writing down topics, throughout the day. Like, okay, we need to discuss this. We need to have that. Have people on who's we've experienced to get their perspective. Everybody's perspective is different.
Right.
Everybody's perspective is
And
different.
in our community, in our culture, we don't really talk about it, do we?
No, we sure don't.
Jermaine, you in the medical field. How many things come across your desk about people doing therapy? Jermaine, you're in the medical field. Do Black people of color, do you get billings, for people doing therapy or counseling?
To be honest, it comes from all aspects of all cultures.
Okay.
All cultures. It's a lot of people out there dealing with mental issues.
Okay. See, that's good.
Yeah. And
that's good, but that's good. They're getting help. Go ahead.
Yes, but they're getting help. But it's like it's overwhelming the many people you see, because you say 10, 15 years ago, I don't think it was like that. Because people was kind of hiding mental health and issues. Yeah. But now you can't hide it no more. You got to seek some help. You have to seek some help. But yes, the medical there's a lot of people out there that has mental health issues. There's nothing wrong with it. You just got to deal with it, get help. Get help. Just get help.
Yeah. I think that's great. Mental health is, in the past, we haven't spoke about it, not just us, but like in our own community, because before we thought mental health meant you was just crazy. You didn't know how to do nothing. You didn't know how to do this. But no, it's like you can have everything in the world or you can have nothing in the world. Yeah. People still go through things. And it's not going to say you're going to be on medication. Maybe the doctor says you need to take off work. Or maybe you need medication. So it's like, I'm so glad that now mental health is a topic of conversation every day within the family, within neighbors, within friends, with strangers. it's a great thing that it's not a negative thing anymore. It's more of
Yeah.
like, you're taking care of yourself. That's what mental health to me is. You're taking
Right.
care of yourself.
Like how we do with any other things, right?
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
Yolanda, hey Yolanda. Yolanda said, I enjoyed the conversation. I need to do this with my own siblings. She said, I love you
Oh,
guys. See, this is what we're saying,
oh,
right? We
yeah,
need,
Yolanda.
right? So you need to,
Uh-huh.
however that looks for you. Joycelyn said, because we know Joycelyn lost. I'm not gonna cry.
Yeah.
Let me pause, because y'all know I'm a cryberry, baby. Joycelyn lost, her mom. And her mom was our mom, Ruby, right?
Yeah.
Ruby
Uh-huh.
raised Jamar.
Yep, sure did. I would never forget it. She would pick me up from Central Park Elementary in Dunsburg. We'll be like 4 or 5 kids in the back, but she only lives around the corner. So we'll be in the back seat like this. And then mom would come pick me up at like 2 o'clock. Yeah.
You
So
remember
yeah.
that, Marv? Ruby
Uh-huh.
coming
Oh
to get
yeah.
you?
Yep. I remember that like it was
Yeah.
yesterday.
And
It was
then
great time.
the twins, Deja and Dejan, Ruby raised
Yeah.
them. They went to Ruby
Yep.
daycare, right?
Yep.
We love our Miss Ruby. Joycelyn, Joycelyn
We
said when
sure
she
do.
lost her mom, initially, you would only cope. Right, Joycelyn. She said, but if you're allowing time to be patient with emotions, you will heal. Yes,
Right.
yes.
Uh-huh.
Joycelyn also said she felt God had forgotten about her.
Mm.
See?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Did you all feel that, brother, when you lost mom? What did you think about how God? Thank you, Joyce, and good point.
Oh
Um,
yeah, that's a great point.
to be honest, it never came across to me that God had forgotten about me. I never had nothing negative to say about God because
That's good, Jermaine.
um,
Mm-hmm.
I tried to keep it positive as best as I could.
Yeah.
Hurt, I was hurt, but I never felt no ill will towards God. I never felt.
Wow, I
Yeah.
did, Jermaine.
Yeah.
Jamar, what about you?
That's okay. Same for me. I didn't feel any ill will towards God. As I said before, in our conversations we had before, that our parent, mom and dad, they spoke about death. Like death was also like a normal conversation that we would have. They
Yeah,
would, it's like one day it's going to happen. So, you're going to have to deal with it and, get better and move on with life. And so, and I know that also everything happens for a reason. We
yeah,
all have an expiration date. It may come like that, or it may come like in a slow, gradual way. But with after when mom passed, of course, it was hard. It was very like, wait, what? This is crazy. But when mom's speaking about death and like saying that it's going to be okay when I leave this earth, just continue to be a great person and
yeah,
move on with life. That's what kept me a little bit better and stronger in a sense. But like I said, it was hard. It was very, very difficult. But
yeah,
just knowing that we spoke about death in our family, and it's going to come one day. You just got to be prepared for it. It might happen like straight, like in a second, or like it may take some time. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's how I handle it. Yeah.
Okay, cool
Mhm.
beans. Thank you, Mar. Cynthia
Oh.
said it's powerful. Re-identify yourself. Yeah, when you're going through that. And then Reese, hey, brother Reese. Reese said he wished
Hey.
so much that he could have met our mom, right, Mama Joyce. We do
Oh
too,
yeah.
Reese. We do
Yeah.
too. We wish you. Reese
Reese.
is Jamar's partner. I wish
Yeah,
can
Reese is
he
my
come over?
partner.
Is he there? Is he there? So listen. I'm the only one still single. Jermaine got his wife and kids. I just got Bison, y'all. I don't know what's going on. But I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know what's happening. Listen, yeah. So let's go to the next question, right? Our next topic.
Okay.
What is legacy? Ooh. What does it
It's a
look
good
like to
one.
my brothers, right? We know this is what we're talking about. And I did the intro and we got the video, but let's just, be a little personal, right? What does it look like to one of you all? Who wants to go first?
Gator.
Okay, I'll go first. Legacy is a good question. Legacy is when you do something on this earth that will impact whomever it is, and then when you leave this earth, even if you leave the room, they're
Mm,
still speaking about it and still representing it correctly, and it just goes on and on and on. That's what legacy is to me, is when you do something so empowering to somebody, whether it's a small gesture or a life lesson of whatever, and after you're gone, like I said, after you leave this earth or even leave the room, it's still being spoken of and even pushed in life. So that's what legacy means to me.
Cool. All right. I love
Mm-hmm.
that. I love that. If you leave the room, honey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even if you leave the room.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh wow, that is a powerful question because a lot of people don't look and just say what is a legacy. But you know, a legacy to me is when a family member or a friend do something that's real powerful that they can leave behind that you can carry on
Mm-hmm.
in your life, and then some people see you doing it, they take after you and do whatever you have to do. But
Mm-hmm.
legacy comes, sports athletes are legacies,
Mm.
activists are legacies,
Yeah.
you know, community people in our community are legacies.
Yeah.
We have great teachers out there that have left a good legacy, that have taught hundreds of kids that will always remember those teachers. So that's a legacy
Mm-hmm.
right there.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just
Yep.
something that, you know, people follow behind, and it's powerful, and it's like it's very enhancing to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
enhancing to you. Legacy
Yep.
means a lot. Legacy means a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love it. Well, I'm gonna steal theirs, but yeah.
Mm.
Okay. I'm gonna start going first because they take up the good answers.
All answers are good. All answers are
All
good.
answers are good.
And
That's
Even
right.
if they sound the
realize
same.
you do have different points, but all the points come back to one. It's the
That's
same
right.
Yeah.
one
That's
thing.
right. That's right, bro. This is why we doing. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Legacy for me, is what is remembered, you know, and what you can touch, what you can see, what you can smell, taste, what you can think
Mm-hmm.
about, and you want some of that in your own life. You know, so whatever that legacy is, like Jermaine dropped those examples, and Jamar said, you know, it's what you say, let me pull some of that and put it in my own life and then move forward with that, right? Let
Yeah.
me just keep that because you were inspired by the person. The person motivated you, their works, their deeds. What did they leave behind? That's, as I said in the video, their signature. What does
Yeah.
that look like, right? What's their unique signature? And then it makes us think, well, what is the legacy that we want to leave behind? And so, as you all are listening live or also looking at the replay, we appreciate you. You know, you can give your comments, right? The lives are going to be up there, and just put hashtag replay. Let us know you watched the replay. And what's your legacy? What is it that you want your legacy to be, or whose legacy have you been, touched by? Your family member, your mother, your father, a partner, you know, a family member, a mentor, like Jermaine named those other examples, teachers and athletes, celebrities, politicians, our community leaders, you know, who and what legacy has really touched your heart? Because when we really think about it, it really is about legacy. What do we leave behind? When you're finished with a certain role, whatever your role is in the world, what is it that people think about when they hear your name? When they see your name, when they see who your works, you know, what is it that you dropped just behind, just enough for someone to say, I'm gonna take a page from that person's book into my own life, right? That's
Yeah.
some legacy, good stuff right there. So that's what that means to me too, that I'm going to take what that person has left and put it in my own life and,
Yeah.
and let that be powerful for me in that way. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's what this platform is about for my brothers and I, and legacy, and what that looks like in terms of our mom's love lessons, life lessons, and her love laughter, because she loved to laugh. And so we're going to just continue on that journey with that. Today, I wanted us to just really dive in, you know, launch our phenomenal, you know, platform of healing conversations. And today is about gratitude, right? You heard my brothers and I, you know, talk about what our mom left, her principle, one of the things that she's taught us and how that shows up for us. That's really about being grateful to that lesson. And so if you're listening and you're looking at the replay, here's what I want you to go away with. I want you to do something for me. I call them self-reflections. I want you to write down what are some things you are grateful for and why. You got to have some takeaway. You just can't hop on and, you know, this is the action. So I'm calling you to action. What are some things that you're grateful for? Because one thing I know for sure is the way that we get over one hurdle is to always identify the ones that we already overcame. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to say that for the people in the back, right? The way that I know that we get over hurdles is to always reflect on the hurdles that you overcame in the past. I call them healing victories. So, we're talking to you today about being grateful, right? You got to choose to see that there was a positive insight there. So you want to choose to bounce back. You want to choose to have a positive insight or view, and you want to replay your healing victories. What have you already overcome? And that's what we want your takeaways to do, to be for you today in our inaugural, show today for you. That again, you want to choose to bounce back so that you can have that mental, health space for you. Right? You got to choose to do it. We're going to talk more about resiliency later. Okay. You have to choose to have a positive viewpoint. You heard my brother Jamar and Jermaine. Jermaine said he was just positive. Jermaine, I wasn't, y'all. Okay. Hello. These are candid conversations. And so my brothers, they chose a positive view. Right. And then you want to replay your healing victories. Always remind yourself of when you showed up when you didn't think you could. Remind yourself of those times that you overcame something and say, if I overcame that back there, then I know I can overcome this today. Right? So before we close out, we have a closing video. I just want my brothers to give you their signature takeoff for today.
Wait, we have a question in the comment section we want to address.
Oh, okay.
From Yolanda, she says, do you find yourselves still trying not to do things that would disappoint her? Yolanda, yes.
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a really good question. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you know me. Let's give her an example. Like what is it? What is it that you all think you don't want to let mom down? I'm gonna go first while you guys are thinking. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna talk real quick.
Good one, yeah.
One of the things, Yolanda, and those that are listening, that's a good question.
Yeah.
That I try not to let mom down on is not giving up on myself. I'm always she told me, Deshaun, you can have a pity party for one day. Mama said this. She said you can have a pity cake, a pity hat. Y'all know how she was, a pity candles, your pity punch. But you can't sit in it for too long. So Yolanda, one of the things that I do is if I'm getting ready to have a down out day because something didn't happen for me, I don't want to let my mother down by still remaining stuck. So I'll have the pity party and then I'll say, okay, mama said, come on now, get back in the game some kind of way. So I don't want to let her down by getting stuck and not moving forward with my dreams. I want to, she always supported her children and she supported what I wanted. And I'm like, I got to go get these things.
That's so great, sister. That's great. I have to latch on to that one because like mom, like she said, like, don't be down on yourself. You can have a moment. We all have moments where we're down on ourselves, but you got to get up and fix it and move on from there. That's a good one. Mine would probably be just if I disrespected an elder, or disrespected somebody in general, mom never wanted that for anybody, even her kids. It's always show respect, hold doors open. Let someone go before you with whatever cause it is. So, but if I did something that, I cut in line or I didn't hold the door for somebody, she'll be like, boy, if you don't get back there and open that door for that lady and you're going to hold 5 more doors for 5 more people, no matter who they are. I try my best to always keep that in mind.
That's good. Good stuff.
Good stuff. I don't want to disappoint her because I want to stay the course, stay in my, if I get in my other lane, then I can hear, boy, stay in your lane. And she always told me, I don't want to disappoint her, but this is be a leader, not a follower. You don't have to follow what people do. You can get yourself in trouble. So I just try to still be the same, be me, never change, stay positive, stay focused. And I never want to disappoint her. I never want to disappoint because she taught us so much. She taught us so much, and it would be disappointing to go the opposite direction and let her down.
Ooh, yeah. Listen, you guys, we're gonna have our dad on here too. We're gonna get him. He don't like to do none of this, but we're gonna have him on here.
He don't like none of that.
He don't like none of this. We're gonna get him on here because both our parents have instilled in us, right?
Shout out to dad.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dad.
dad is this. Look, we don't want to what's the word, digress, but honey,
Yeah.
ooh,
Uh-huh.
we got some stories. Listen, before Jermaine, thank you for reminding me to look at the comments before we close it out. Cynthia said, I'm grateful for everything you poured into my life, Deshaun. Oh, Cynthia, the
Oh,
friendship, the life, coaching, and your theatrical direction. Mwah. You're so
that's
welcome, of
great.
course. Joycelyn said, that was a good question, right, Joycelyn? And Savannah said, me too. She sounds amazing. Yes.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
we love this. And you see, we're all about it, right? We want you all to
Uh-huh.
join in with us. It's a dialogue. It's not a monologue. So
Mm-hmm.
before we go, brothers, what's your last and final closing? But don't leave just yet, everyone, because we have a closing video and a closing for you that we want you to see.
First of all, I want to thank everybody for joining us today, and I hope to see you next time. Let your friends know, let your family members know to join us. We have great shows, we have good content, good topics. If you
Mm-hmm.
have a topic you want to talk about, let us know. Let us know.
Yes.
Stay safe, stay healthy. I don't care what the CDC say. Wear your mask when you're in public. Wear your mask when you're in public. Stay social distance. Don't let up. Don't let up. Don't let them get to you. Don't let up. I'm
Jermaine is
thankful
not
for you
playing.
guys.
Okay,
Thank you for you
Jermaine
guys
is the
tuning in. Thank you for
CDC.
tuning in.
Jermaine
Enjoy
is,
the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. God bless you guys. Much love.
what'd you
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
Jamar?
I
Jermaine
said
is
Jermaine is the CDC. If he could be out there and whipping people with a whip because they ain't got
right,
any masks, I don't care
right,
if you vaccinated.
right. He don't care if you're vaccinated.
And then, you know what's crazy? People, I ran into a couple of people, and plus my wife also, that say, they kind of get too close to you. I'm vaccinated. So?
Right,
Because I
right.
don't know if you guys heard, but it's people that's fully vaccinated that still caught COVID.
Yes.
That still
Oh
caught
no, I
COVID.
didn't hear that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Wow.
not
Well,
out of it. We're not out of it. When we're talking about healing and coping and legacy, we want a legacy that everyone's alive and well.
Yes.
yeah.
How about that,
Uh-huh.
right? Even in
Uh-huh.
the midst of this
Exactly.
global pandemic, we still want to be alive and well and leave a legacy.
Yes.
Before I forget, I don't want to forget, ladies and gentlemen, everyone that's a part of our program today and watching the replay. We have monthly shows, and so our next show is June. I forgot to solidify that with my brothers, with my co-host, and so but it's June. You'll know, we'll always announce it, but we're doing this once a month. If we need to do it twice a month, we shall, but right now we're doing them once a month, so that you have something to look forward to. So you will see us back next month, June. Okay. My bidding words to you is, like Jermaine said, thank you for joining us and being a part. Thank you for allowing us into your space. We don't take it lightly. We don't, not at all. And just know this, that, when God gives you a gift and a desire and a dream, you have to nurture it. And don't worry about the timing. It's going to come when it's supposed to, if you stay the course. Put your hand to the plow, and always get you a support group. Live life magnified. I want you to do that. And again, remember that I want you to write down something that you're grateful, some things that you're grateful for, and why. That will keep you on your journey to healing. We are so excited that you joined us today,
Yes, we
and we
are.
look
Thank
forward
you.
to seeing you. Listen, brothers, I love you so much. I said I was not going to cry today. I'm not, maybe not right here, but it's
Oh,
such an honor to be your sister. It's such an
oh, sister, you got it.
It's okay.
You got it.
It's an honor to
No,
share our mommy with you.
yeah, yeah. It's a great honor.
The best life, the best parent, the best everything, and everyone. You're going to hear about those stories. But
Mm-hmm.
we love ourselves, but we love each other. We love our family. We love our Ferguson family, our Douglas
Yes, we
family, our
do.
Thompson family, our Thomas. We love all our families. And I'm just so grateful to my brothers because they have been my rock. They support me in everything that I do. They know that their sister is, and they just let me be. And I love you so much. And I'm so grateful to you that you have allowed me to still live and be me, and that we're just a team. I have so many visions for us, and they know that I'm saying that, and I'm praying over things and wanting things to happen. But I'm blessed that you are my pillars, and I'm so grateful for you. And I said I wasn't gonna cry, and I'm not apologizing for crying. I
Yeah.
just didn't want to cry because I did my own makeup, honey, so I didn't want to cry.
Looking
But
good.
but thank you. But I'm so grateful to you all, and we just love you and thank you for being with us. And we're not leaving yet. Make sure you stay and check out our video right now as we are saying to you, thank you. God bless you. I just want to cue everything up. I need to see through all of my tears because I was crying, but that's okay. And
That
so
is
we just,
okay.
it's
Shout out,
okay.
shout out, shout out. Also, yes, I'm sorry. Shout out to the Thompson family as well.
Yes,
Oh,
Love it.
yes,
yes.
yes, absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. So again, I thank you and God bless everyone and enjoy our signature closing video. I had to allow her life to live in and through me. It doesn't mean it's easy, doesn't mean it's hard, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the journey, for the lesson learned. And to that, I thank Joyce Ferguson.